appropriate nirodha settling down. Instead of reacting to the experience of the life that which is inevitable, we reflect with the centered awareness to understand the suffering. So the third noble truth is suffering has been understood. That is the opening sermon of the Buddha after he attained enlightenment. It was the beginning of his turning the dharmic wheels. Now, before we go into the fourth noble truth, that which is the eightfold path, then we will have a look at how Patanjali starts his Yoga Sutra. Sutra means thread. If we pull the thread, then the rest of the yarn just comes along naturally. Patanjali Yoga Sutra describes the automatic unfolding and process of an inner journey once is taken by anyone and any experience. So the opening verse of Patanjali Yoga Sutra is Atha Yoganusasana. It means and now at the moment, and now the teaching of yoga begins. He started with now because when we are wrapped up in our ignorant mind, then it's impossible to learn or understand what is taught. When we identify ourselves so strongly with the suffering, then it closes off our heart. No matter how profound the teaching is, we cannot learn, we cannot pay attention, so therefore we cannot benefit from it. So the teaching of yoga can only begin when we are sit down, ready to sit down and listen. Therefore, the word now, Atha Yoganusasana, implies the open mindset at the present moment is the first verse of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And the next verse of Yoga Sutra, Patanjali defines yoga as the settling of the mind, turning into the silence. Our mind always turning outside. Yoga is the mind turning, settling the mind so that we can come back inside, turning inside into silence, so that we can learn and then listen. So he says, it is the ignorance of our essential nature, that which is a bliss, that which is unbound. We look at the children, they are naturally happy and joyful. As they grow up, they lose their essence. So thereby, it is our nature to be happy, joyful, blissful all the time, but we forget. Why? Because our mind is start to get too occupied. So this ignorant mind is the cause of all suffering. That is what Patanjali says. So untrained, untamed awareness induces constantly the restless, make our body restless, agitated in our body and the mind. And therefore, we continuously experiences unhappiness, discontentment, and other various negative stresses. This is a dukkha, suffering, that can be only understood through the reflection, step back, reflection, and still settle awareness. So, yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. There was a yoga is the turning, the settling of the turning. Chitta means consciousness. Vritti means ripple, movement. So, yoga means the settling of the turning mind into silence. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. And the next, he explains, Patanjali explains, how to overcome klesha, dukkha, by the means of Ashtanga Yoga or the 8 limbs of yoga, and there is a further explain. There is a in the following verses about the 8 limbs of yoga, like pulling the thread of our consciousness. Now, before we consider the 8 limbs of yoga, let's take a look at our 8-fold path, 4 noble truths, 8-fold path in Buddhism. The fourth noble truth is the 8-fold path. That the path that will lead us out of dukkha or suffering. What are they? They are right understanding, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and the right samadhi. The 8 limbs of yoga is yama, the rules of our outer conduct, outer behaviors. Niyama, the rules for our inner conduct, inner behaviors. And asana, ideal body postures. And pranayama, proper breathing. And pratyahara, containment of the senses. And dharana, focus attention. Dhyana, reflection. And samadhi, right concentration. So that is the 8 limbs of yoga. The 8-fold path and the Ashtanga 8 limbs of yoga are not exactly arranged in the same base value, but they do contain similar ethical codes of moral conducts and outer inner and outer behaviors. So, and also the importance of cultivating the right samadhi, right concentration. So, the reflectiveness of the mind, or emotional balance that is required to do the dukkha nirodha is developed as a result of practicing it, right concentration or the samadhi. Right samadhi develops wisdom, prajna wisdom from the heart. All the 8-fold paths entails the word right, sama, right. What is the right and wrong? It's impossible to know, memorizes, and keep all the ethical moral conducts that is available out there in the world. And what is true and proper to one person might not be true or not proper to the other person. It's like in Malaysia, eating a pork or keeping a dog is not allowed for Muslim. They eat their main meat source is the beef, and they keep the cat as their pet. Whereas in Chinese, they enjoy the variety of the forms, delicacies, and they keep the dog as their pet. And then many abstain from eating a beef or they keeping the cat as a pet. And Sunday is a holiday for Christians, and Friday is holiday for Muslims. So likewise, there are endlessly contradicting and different views regarding what is right or wrong from people to people, from culture to culture, and from one nation to another. So the key for sama, right, is the ability to weigh and consider within the context, not out of the context. Sama comes from the wisdom, innate wisdom. To have a wisdom, we need to cultivate awareness, sati. We need to cultivate karuna, compassion. We need to cultivate metta, loving kindness.